Sri Lanka Business TV.
We had a consultation with all the bank treasurers and discussed how to stabilize the volatility in the foreign exchange market. As you can see, one day in interbank market it was 360, next day 370. Within a daily basis, currency was depreciating by 10 rupees, 12 rupees, there's a huge volatility. So to minimize that volatility while not disturbing the market forces, we all agreed. In fact, this proposal came from the bankers that if the central bank can give some guidance on daily movements of the exchange rate in terms of some kind of a direction where we would like the exchange rate to be in the interbank market first within the day, and also that will help the banks to give some guidance to the outside the interbank market. For example, to the importers and exporters, there are codes on buying and selling rates. What we are seeing in the past, when the interbank rate is around 360, there were transactions happening outside the system at 380 with huge margins between exporters and importers. So this is where from next week onwards, or even from tomorrow onwards, what we are going to do and issue operating instructions. If you can remember, we had this some time ago, I think before what we introduced what they call flexible exchange rate regime back in 2000. We give some guidance daily in the market, to the market. Today, interbank, the range within the interbank market, we will issue a range like a band. There's a middle rate will be based on previous day weighted average exchange rate in the interbank market. We take that as a guidance, the middle path, and plus or minus certain margin, say for 1%. For example, if the previous day interbank market weighted average is 360, within the interbank market, they can trade between, if it is 1%, plus 3.6, minus 3.6. So, Tunsia 360, 3.6 and 360 minus 3.6 is the range. Within that, they can play around and do the transaction within that range. So, that is the guidance we are going to give to the interbank markets on daily basis. And on that basis, that will also help the banks to offer to the exporters or importers. So this is the central bank guidance. So we will have some margin out of that with a reasonable margin. And then the issue was earlier that exporters who are bringing some foreign currency are asking very high margins out of the central bank, commercial bank rate. So that's with that also will have to be curtailed. So the banks can say in turn to their clients, even exporters, this we are offering, the interbank market is 360, we can offer you with some reasonable margin 370 or something, not that 400 or 380 or 390. Like that, we try to minimize that margins also. So there will be a direction by your bank supervision department on fees and margins, commissions of commercial banks that they charge from the clients. Now what we are seeing, for example, if it is based on percentage, when exchange rate was 200 rupees a dollar, if they used to charge 8%, I think it is not right. Even 360 is the exchange rate, is still charging 8% is not reasonable. That's why we give some instructions and directives, even for the customer, importer, exporter. Your margin also should be reasonable and fair. So we monitor all these things. That is other measure we are going to announce. So we will implement this from soon. We are planning to implement this from last Tuesday by announcing Monday because of this incident that was delayed. But sooner we are going to introduce that new mechanism by which what we expect to have some stability in managing the exchange rates, and also that will also help both exporters and importers to have some certainty and less volatility on day-to-day basis. That is the whole idea. In this is obviously, if you look at our movement, the exchange rate policy that we had a long period of exchange rate fixed at 203, and all of a sudden it was floated without any control. Obviously, sequencing would have been, once we fix it for too long period, we would have relaxed it on a gradual basis like this. That would have been the second step when we want to allow more flexibility, and then we allow, once the market settles, we could have allowed more flexibility. Because we could not do that, and there's an overshooting situation, and also there's a huge parallel market developed outside. First, we need to address the parallel market, grey market, by banning this import open accounts and other DADP terms, and also give some guidance to the market that bring down the daily basis volatility, so that we can manage the exchange rates much better going forward. That is the second measure that we will be implementing going forward. We hope that all the stakeholders, the bankers, exporters and importers will certainly cooperate with us, and we will have a strong monitoring mechanism to ensure, because we will issue operating instructions, then everyone will have to follow these operating instructions going forward.